Yes, it is huge, like bomb dropped, so huge. A $15,000 proposed tax credit from the Biden administration. I don't know about you, but I get pretty excited about free money, and 15,000 free, that is a whole lot of dollars. It's labeled as a first-time homebuyer tax credit, but you will be shocked to know the definition of a first-time homebuyer. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because, as always, I'm giving you all the scoop. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you love getting all of the mortgage scoop, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I get asked all the time as a lender, are there any first-time homebuyer tax credits? And if this passes, I will be elated to finally be able to say, yes, there are, and it's a lot. The last one was around $7,500 to $8,000, and it was a tax credit that came later. This one is $15,000. A lot of those people that are asking if it's available are some of the people who heard about it last time or maybe missed out on the opportunity last time. Don't be that person. Don't get FOMO. We all know that FOMO sucks, right? Stay tuned to the end of the video because I've got to tell you all the scoop. And I don't even know, and I don't know if you know either, but could you have gotten the last tax credit and then maybe you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years and maybe you could get this tax credit too? Can you actually double dip? Well, you better watch to the end to find out. Have you been disappointed? Have you called lenders and said, hey, is there any first-time homebuyer tax credit? And you were told the big disappointing no? Well, now this $15,000 that may be coming available could be of huge, huge help. $15,000, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of reason to look into buying a house if you're a first-time homebuyer. Here is a huge, huge win about this proposal. You see, with the last tax credit, let's say if I bought a home right now, let's say that it is February of 2021. I'm not going to see that money if it was like the last one. I'm not going to see that money until, I don't know, March or April of 2022 when I file that tax return to then get that tax credit to actually get that money back in my pocket. A huge win is this is actually proposed to be given in advance and to be given at the closing table. That's huge. Many people do not have thousands of dollars to put up front to then wait a long time to get that money back. This is going to open the doors for so many people, and I am just as excited about this as I am about the $15,000 because it's huge. Please don't forget to like the video. That tells YouTube that I'm giving good education and that more people should watch it. Another win is that this is proposed to be available for 4 years. That's really great. I'm not telling you to procrastinate by no means, but at least there's not a mad rush, a mad dash with a limited time frame for this. I love that they're proposing it to be available for 4 years. Have you been told no and been denied for a home loan? It totally sucks. There's a great chance that you were denied because you didn't have enough money for either down payment, or if there was no down payment, maybe you didn't have enough money for closing costs and prepaids. And so they said, hey, everything looks okay, but you've got to save some money and come back. I know this applies to probably millions of people. This is fantastic with this tax credit. It is huge because not only are you going to have a couple $1,000s or 3 or 4 or 5,000, you're going to have $15,000 in advance to help you purchase this home. That is like an instant fix to some problems with some people who are being denied for lack of assets or cash to close. Did you know that HUD actually has a website that you can go to where they list all of the first-time homebuyer grants or down payment assistance listed by state? This is really good because I don't see anything that says that you can't pair it with other things. So why not take advantage of anything and everything that's available to you? I'm going to drop a link below to that HUD page. Why not? Get the tax credit, get down payment assistance if it allows you to pair them together. Why not? I actually have a lot of questions when it comes to this topic as well because we don't have everything passed and fully in writing yet. And therefore, we don't have all the questions answered. Some of my questions are things like, can this be paired with something else? Can you pair it with a down payment assistance program, or do you have to choose one or the other? The $15,000, can it be used for down payment, closing costs, and prepaids? I would assume yes, it could be used for any, but I don't actually know the answer to that, and I wish that we did. What happens if it's $15,000, it's given at the closing table, and your cash to close came up to $14,800? Where does the $200 go? Do you get a principal reduction to your loan? Do you get the $200 back? Does it get sent back to the government? What if when you go to file your taxes, you didn't pay $15,000 in taxes? Does that mean you can't get the whole 15? And last but not least, I don't see anything in there that says that you can't get this tax credit if you got the last tax credit. That last one was between $7,500 and $8,000. This one is $15,000. Can you double dip in both? So please comment below. What else am I missing? What else should we be asking? The actual definition when it comes to lending of a first-time homebuyer is someone who has not owned a home in 3 years. Here are some tips for you because I don't want you to miss out on possible opportunities. Are you a first-time homebuyer? If you've never owned real estate in your entire life, of course, you're a first-time homebuyer. If you owned a home but you sold it a few years ago and you've been renting, or maybe you've been living with family, who cares where you've been living? But if you haven't owned real estate in the last 3 years, guess what? You're a first-time homebuyer again. Yes, it is huge, like bomb dropped. So huge. I just want you to think really, really hard and make sure that you don't miss out on this opportunity. What about if you're married and maybe your spouse or significant other was on the mortgage and on the title and you weren't? They're not a first-time home buyer if they've owned it within the last 3 years, but you are. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Maybe you have someone that you've been living with for years and you aren't officially married and they've never put you on the title or on the mortgage. You are a first-time home buyer. Let's say that a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, whatever, left you real estate in their will and you've taken title to that real estate. Then you own real estate. You are not a first-time home buyer. If you have made it to the end of this video, I would love to give you as my download today a free download of my book, Mortgage Peace. It's an international bestseller. It is anything and everything that prepares you for the process of getting a mortgage. If you're prepared for the process of getting a mortgage and you now have $15,000 to help you buy that home that you don't have to repay, and you are on a path to winning and success when it comes to the home buying game. If you have enjoyed this video and you enjoy learning about anything and everything mortgage education, check out my next video. It is about mortgage rates. Remember, you're getting a free copy of the book. You might qualify for a free $15,000. Pair that along with knowing how to get the best rate and actually shop for mortgage rates. You can't lose.